design an innovative program using sport, art, culture, and design technology to engage children, young people, and communities.
Okay. So as my basically as my project or the work I do is basically it's about sports, and what we do is basically we provide we call some professional football coaches and some other athletes, and then they come and then they used to train all the vulnerable kids we have and the street kids we have, and after training them, then we used to after like a certain amount of days and or a month after that training, we used to arrange like kind of festival, sports festival, in which they go through some competitions in between. So that's how we do it.
Okay. So then, when if can you see the questions, or do you want me to ask you the questions and then think about how you would answer them?
Yeah, I think we can go. I can see
So,
the question.
who would you be getting involved in the planning and preparation?
So I would definitely involve we have some people who are like, who were the pioneer of this program, the work I do, and then now they are actually working as a facilitator, and sometimes they help us to plan or, arrange a platform where everybody can learn the way they did. So I would definitely, those people will be involved in planning and preparation, all the pioneers and the other senior players or coaches we have.
Yeah, I think Iname, have you joined us?
Yes, I think it's here.
Yes, I'm here. But
Okay.
did you start, sorry, but did you start earlier? Because in my calendar it says it's now supposed to start.
Not to worry. If you thanks for joining us. We are currently just in breakout room discussions. Well, we're going through this group activity. Do not worry if you joined us late.
Okay.
We'll catch you up. So
Thank you so much.
We are going through right now in groups. We are literally coming up with a innovative education program. So as you can see on my screen, and we got Imana, right?
Imama.
Imama, yes.
Oh, it's so yeah.
So we got Inam and we got Imana, and we should have Elsie, but I've not heard anything from Elsie yet. Just answering these questions and coming up with an idea. So if it's just both of you, feel free to discuss and have a conversation. Imama has volunteered to kind of write down the ideas as scribe.
Okay.
So not sure if Imama, if you want to kind of repeat what you just mentioned. And then
okay, I think Elsie is here. Okay, hi Anam. It's so good to see you after really, really long. And so Anam, as you know, I'm a sports person, and I'm running a project called Sports for All Morga. Morga is the name of the place where I live in Pakistan. And we are basically, this program is basically about providing sports facilities, sports gears, and sports activities under the professional coaches for all the street kids and the vulnerable kids and the girls especially. We are trying to provide them a platform where they can learn and then take part in the national competitions. And after national competitions, we are helping them to join any club or department as a player, And if they join this, like, let's suppose if somebody gets selected from our platform, then that person is basically able to get paid from that department, and then they're running their homes also through this. So it's a very basically kind of sports program, but also we are helping them to get a career in it.
Hey, Imam, nice to see you. It's very interesting, and I'm so happy that you are going along with your project.
Thank you so much. So Inam, can you tell me about your project?
Honestly, now I'm not running it yet because it was COVID and some, let's say, conditions in the country. But my project, it was like creating a platform for women who got married to non-Jordanian ones, okay, to get their testimonies about the struggles that they go along in the country, okay, and how their children are treated, because they will not be treated as Jordanians to a certain degree, and what difficulties they are going through, okay, to find the job and to have, let's say, opportunities to pursue their education. So it's one of the dilemmas here in the country, and I really would like to create this platform for the ladies and to see if there will be any, let's say, support or political push that we can do for them. Okay, so Jordanian children from a Jordanian women, okay, or mothers can get a nationality. So this is what I was working on.
It's a very great project, and I'm so happy to hear about it after really long. Yeah.
So both of you have discussed your own projects, but if you had to create a new project or using both your projects together, where would you see kind of you could combine both of your projects together?
How about if we create we're thinking about a scenario, so let's make a project which where we are providing sports facilities and cultural exchange activities, okay, to the Pakistani and Jordanian, females. What about that?
That can work.
Yeah, I think that's a very good one.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be great because you are exposed to so many parents through the children, okay, in your program. And maybe some of also the Pakistani women who are not married to Pakistanis or married to foreigners, let's call them. Okay, sometimes the terms I'm not happy with. Okay, so that could be maybe a point to explore, okay, how they are going through, how they are being treated. And as you know, sport is one of the very beneficial, let's say, activities that you can pass certain messages or get many messages from children and their parents when they do this activity. Okay, so in the humanitarian work, we say it in indirect, okay, way to collect data, to provide social support and psychological support as well through playing and through practicing sports. So I can relate to. It was very interesting idea to suggest such a thing. It didn't come to my mind before, but when the question has been asked, okay, to start connecting in my mind.
I think so. That's our project. And what do you say? Let's start the question things going on, and so we have a better idea. So, what do you think, Inam, who would be involved in planning and preparation? Because I'm thinking like we have a platform. We're gonna create a platform where Pakistani and Jordanian all the females and the girls who have married to foreigners, you know, how they are living in their life. It's basically it won't be only about sports, it would be about storytelling, sports and culture exchange. So where we can share where they can share their experience, they can get new experience in sports. What do you say? So that's how our project looks like right now, right?
Yeah, it's exactly. It's a very great idea and first steps for planning. And maybe we could need or involve someone who is also expert in psychosocial support in case we need it. Okay, I have a little bit of practical, let's say, background, and because I'm life and leadership coach, so I can manage if someone gets so emotional or if they while they are telling their stories and all of that. But I think it's good as a backup plan, okay, to have someone expert in this. We need maybe some people who are also expert in technology and to create this platform to make it safe for these ladies, okay, to express themselves and also to hear from them, okay, what do they really need and how can sport also help them to get over the difficulties that they are going through.
Yes, exactly. That's a great idea, and I feel like that's true that we can maybe you know, if it's the start of the program, as it's like a cultural exchange program, and we have like borders cross. So what we can do is, I think we can arrange the first online platform, and then which would be about introducing and all, and then who would be involved. And I feel like people from Pakistan who are like, especially the women who have been married to the foreigner, they would be involved. Some of them who are ready to volunteer and help us to create this initiative. And then second, same from the Jordan. And then second, I think that the other the experts in the field of sports, and the experts, as you said, you're a life coach, so it would be helpful for us to have a life coach who can help us to create a better well-being environment.
Yes, and that would be great. And it's good to hear their ideas as well, because sometimes, you know, we feel that we have the privilege to know what people need without listening to them. But when we listen to them, okay, we we find
Yes.
something different. So it's more like a need assessment also is needed. Creating a safe space is needed. The exchange that you talked about and the volunteers who would like to share their stories is very important as a first steps. Then we can see how we can structure this platform in a safe way as well. Okay, not to put because in one way or another it has some political aspects there. Okay, not to put them at risk. The safety of them is very important for us. So but I really liked how we can gather or put these two projects together, and really I would like if we can go along with it.
Yeah, of course, I would love to, you know. Okay, let's move to the second question. And how would you
So
engage? Yes, please.
no, as you was reading it, so that's absolutely fine. So I was just going to prompt you guys, like, think of some of the questions that I have been asked. So don't worry about uh, going too much into detail, but think about the questions that are present.
Okay. So, how would you engage the children, young people, and their families in planning and preparing the activities?
It's as I said, when we have a meeting with them, we can ask them what do they need, and we can structure our activities based on their needs and on the time that suits them. What do you think, Amana? Imama?
So, Yes, I agree with this because I think that meeting them would be a great idea. And let's suppose if we are meeting them, we know we can hear their stories and we know what they really need. And then after, when we know, let's suppose if it's me and you, we know what is our basic need. We need to help and help the children, help the young people who are going through different difficult times in this situation. So this is basically our you know core core, I would say, idea is to help the young people and their families. So I think it would be great if we ask them, and the discussion would be good. And how we would engage them, I think the meeting, through the meetings, because it's as I said, it's two countries program, so it would be great if we all arrange some online meetings and platform with parents, and after knowing that what they want for their kids, what they think that opportunities their kids should have, and all. So
Yeah, I agree with you totally. And it's good also, it's important to hear from the kids through maybe a sportive activity at the break time, to hear from them how do they feel, because it's so important to understand their feelings, to structure the activities, okay, to make it
yes,
more attractive and educated for them.
yes, yes. Can you go through the next question so I can write those ones?
Just a second. We are on.
I've got a question on my screen share, and we've also been joined by Rennie.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
So we are just currently going through this group activity. Feel free to contribute where you can. I know you joined late, but do not worry. The girls have currently done a very good job in being involved in the discussion so far. So
All right.
do you want me to
Can
go
you
through
go
your next
through the,
question,
yes,
Imama?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what time period would your activities be kind of under?
What do you say, Inam? I feel like the time period, if it, are we talking about like which time frame?
Yeah, so how long, or would it be over a
Okay.
year, or would it be a few months?
So I would say the first activity we want to be done it like, twice in a week. And if we do twice in a week, like a meeting the parents and all the children and having conversation with them twice a week, it would be helpful to go through slowly, understanding everybody. What do you say now?
Yeah, I think here maybe it would be a little bit busy for them to go through twice per week. Maybe we'll start with once, then to check the water, then we can increase it later. This is how I see it.
Okay, sure.
Because with the mothers and ladies in general, they are so busy with so many things, okay, at home and at family. So maybe they will not have the time, okay, for that.
Yes, yes.
And we do, and we don't want to make it as a burden for them, but it's a participation to make their burdens less. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. What would you include in your safeguarding and risk assessment? If we can't answer that, we'll move on because it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
it's not easy, but we need to read a little bit about it and to put some let's say protection policies. Okay, but the most important thing is something I mentioned earlier. It's to create a safe place. Okay, that when we ask them together to tell their stories or to share their feelings, they feel that we are setting the place for them so they can feel freely to talk. And especially for children, I don't know what you do in Mama in your court, okay, where they play, okay, to guarantee their safety, because mostly safeguarding relates to the policies that an organization or a place put in the place, okay, to guarantee, okay, the safety of the participants.
Okay, so in our business, like kind of football in sports industry, what we do is basically the person who used to be the, let's suppose if it's academy, the person who is the owner of that academy, they have some rules, and they have some rules related to the child safety, and and they have some rules according to the general safety of everyone. Like so I think it's a bit difficult to answer, but yeah, of course we can go through the uh, we can do a research on this, and then we can have some better view on this.
I think you guys have already covered in terms of what type of activities that you would deliver. So we're not going to go too much into that unless if you wanted to go into it again. But I think let's go to the section 2 of the questions. How would you record attendance? How would you record the evidence of the work?
Okay.
From my experience, there is more like because I worked in the humanitarian field. Okay, we used to have like an attendance sheet for the ladies who participate in psychosocial support activities. Okay, because we used to provide them with the transportations. So we have the evidence that they attended at this day, but under very confidential policies. Not everyone is able to have an access for such lists. But just to calculate the number of the ladies who are attending, okay, and to justify the money that has been given as well for the ladies. So I think we can amend the list, okay, by saying who attended which session for which time, okay, so we can get the number of the attendees, the duration, the topic that has been discussed, okay, and let's say we ask for a feedback or a short survey at the end of each session, so we improve ourselves if we need to. What do you think, Imani?
Yes, I totally agree with you. I think you know, creating what we call that thing, creating creating some kind of report before the event. And if we create a report, let's suppose we are expecting that this amount of females will be going to participate, and then these are the topics we're going to discuss from this long till that long, and this is the speaker, and they're going to come like this, the best facility and the other things. So if we have that kind of report, a long report, detailed report, and a short report, and after the event, let's suppose if the event happened, and then we have to create a short report on which we have their attendance, about who participated from where, and how long they stayed in this program and part of this program, and how they contributed. And I think this is what I think. What do you say? And of course, we can do short survey, which is perfectly, you know, would be the great, or maybe evaluation after we can just create an evaluation form, and then which they can fill after going back. And this can stay anonymous, like they don't even need to mention their names, but they can, you know, tell that what experience they had and was that beneficial for them, or what else other fields they want us to work on to help them in the next time.
Yes, yes, it's a great idea. I agree.
Rennie, is there anything that you would like to contribute? I know you're still playing catch up, but
I seem a bit lost. I'm now trying to follow what you're doing in order to just catch up with what you're doing.
okay.
Okay.
I think
Next question, yeah.
so we have, how would you address any issues that might come?
Okay, I think okay, we need to have regular meetings. Okay, so besides the urgent ones, if there is anything urgent pops up, so we can discuss how we need to move forward and how to either improve things, add things, amend things. But let's say the meetings, let's say weekly meetings, is very important for the team. Okay, to work on what is really to check how things are going and to evaluate the situation. Imama, what do you think?
If in case we have like any issue arise, let's suppose if it comes from a parent or a children, then I think we can arrange a meeting, and definitely that meeting would be involving all the people who took this initiative, and the person especially who are an expert in, like, I would say, life coach, just like you, who have a better idea how to deal with the situation and understand how the people are reacting, and how we can convince them to be. So I think if we had any issue, then we can definitely call a meeting, and in that meeting we can discuss about uh, having all that people on panel, and also the person who had an issue, so we can that person can openly share that what they really faced and what they didn't like about us or the work, and then we can discuss about how we can make it better. And what do you say?
Exactly. Yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
And then map, track, and measure might be difficult, but what qualitative data would you use to kind of show the outputs? And what qualitative and data would you kind of show? So you have an example of attendance and demographics.
I think a qualitative results can be shown during or through the reports that Imama mentioned, and it will be, let's say, it will be justified, or let's say, will be more, how we can, yes, and make it more to increase its credibility, will be as attached with the quality and the what we call them, the based evidence that we worked on them, like the sheet, the attendance sheet, and all the other things. This is what really comes to my mind, but I'm really happy to learn more. What do you think, Imam?
Yes, I think the quantitative data is about, I think it would be about the report that we would make before the program and after the program. And it would also be very helpful for not only for the future of our project, but also for us to have a okay, this time we made this mistakes, and these are the things that we focused more. And also I think the evaluation form would made an important role in this. When we have the evaluation form, it would help us to this would be the report creating thing would be from our side, from the people who are creating this platform, and whereas the evaluation form would help us to have a feedback from all the parents, children who have joined our program. So I think when it would be somehow kind of 360, survey.
Yes, exactly. And we call it sometimes satisfaction survey, and our report will be based on that. But this is what they asked for. This is what they asked us to do. This is what they wanted to do more. Okay, this activity is not, they are not happy with, and all of that.
Yeah. True.
As we have a few minutes left, do you both want to kind of just go through how you like to present this back when we are back together in the big room?
I'll give the lead to Imama. She can present it. Well,
I'll say both of you present. Both of you contributed to each other's ideas. So
yeah, I think we can just go like this. Like, let's suppose if I tell them about planning and preparation, and then you can tell about delivery, that, then something like this.
you can start, Imama, and if there is left for me to fill in, I will do and add. What do you think? So this is a collaborative work.